How y'all doing? I'm the Watchman, and this is part seven of the Mark of the Beast 666, the mark that the beast left upon God's law and kingdom. The mark the beast left upon God's law and kingdom. All right, in this part right here, I promised that I would show what the number 666 means and stands for. For like Revelation 13 verse 18 says, here is wisdom. It is the number of his name, and is the number of a man. And is the number of a man. But right before I get to it, I want to say one more thing about the Sabbath commandment. Now, turn in your Bibles with me to Exodus 20. Exodus 20, and we're gonna go to verse 11. Verse 11. And I'm going to read it. It says, "For in 6 days the Lord made the heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is." That's naming him as creator of all things. But that ain't the point I'm getting to. "And rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." And I had to bring up the point that names him as creator of all things, because it is the only commandment where that is found, where God is named as the creator of all things. But anyway, at the end of that verse 11, we see it says, "Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." Now, this is one thing we forget, and the devil wants us to forget. Usually, when God has a blessing in store for us, he tells us what the blessing is. For real. He says, you pay your tithes. He says, and I will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there is not room enough to receive. He usually names his blessings. But right here, he just says he blessed the Sabbath day. We don't even know what the blessing is. It could be infinite mercy. It could be anything. But we do not know what it is. Now, if he says he blessed the seventh day, the Sabbath, if he says he blessed the seventh day, but the devil says worship on the first day, if you worship on the first day, do you receive that blessing? Think about it. I'm gonna put it like this. You find a treasure map. Y'all remember the movie Goonies? I used to love that movie. But you find a treasure map. The treasure map says go 700 feet, turn right, look down, and you'll find your treasure. But you listen to somebody else, devil. You listen to somebody else, and he says, go 500 feet, look right, turn right, and look down, and you'll find the treasure. Now, if you listen to the devil, do you think that treasure will be there? No. So why do we do that with the Sabbath? Some people actually still use the analogy and say, well, no, that blessing that God put on the Sabbath, it's on the first day. But we see distinctly God said he blessed the seventh day. The seventh day. So if he blessed the seventh day and you worship on the first day, do you honestly receive that blessing? That's something, just some food for thought. That's something the devil doesn't want you to think about. That's something he doesn't want you to think about. That's like me saying I blessed Wednesday, but everybody says, you know what, Josh? But we're gonna worship on Thursday, and we're still gonna get that blessing. Like, no, you're not. I blessed Wednesday. I didn't bless Thursday. Just some food for thought. All right. Now let's get to it. 666, and what does it mean? And what does it mean? The Pope, like we say, the beast is the the beast itself. The beast itself. This last day government, this last day kingdom, and the little horn, we know the fourth beast was Rome, and out of Rome came the little horn, which end up being the last day beast to rule all, you know. And it's different from all others because it is a religious king. Let's read that one more time before we get to this number. Turn with me to Daniel. I want to make sure I really get this point across. Turn with me to Daniel 7. Daniel 7, and we're going to read verse 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. Now, we went over, he's diverse because he is a religious entity. It is the Pope, the papacy. Okay, now knowing that, now the Pope wears a slash. On that slash, it says Vicar of Christ. VIRCA of Christ. Vicar of Christ. Now, that is supposed to mean something to the extent of the vicar of the Son of God. Now, on his crown, he has that slash because he takes that title that he's the vicar of the Son of God. That's one title. But the main title is he has a crown. And in gold letters, well, in jewel letters, not gold, I don't know what color they are, but in jewel letters, you know, they're jewels, but as in letters, he has Vicarius Filii Dei. Vicarius Filii Dei. Let me show you how it looks. All this, you know, when Lord says here is wisdom, like I stressed, the truth loves investigation. All this can be looked up on Wikipedia. I got Wikipedia right now on my other laptop sitting right here. You know what I mean? And I'll show you in a minute. This is Vicarius. Wow. Get that blur. Vicarius Filii Dei. You see it? Vicarius Filii Dei. That's on his crown. That's on his crown. Vicarius Filii Dei. And that is a title he has. That is a title that the Pope took unto himself. That means viceregent, the viceregent of the Son of God. Basically saying like he took Christ's spot. The viceregent, the VICEREGENT. Please get your pencils and paper, or you can look it up on Wikipedia. The viceregent of the Son of God. And it's spelled again VICEREGENT. That's what this means. Vicarius Filii Dei. Now, all you got to do is type in the number of the beast. The number of the beast on Wikipedia and go down to papacy. But Vicarius Filii Dei. Okay, y'all. This is what we've been waiting on. This is what the devil keeps hid from people. It was only a blessing that God showed it to me. So I must share it. Okay. Remember, it said 666 is the number. Let's go to Revelation 13. Make sure you go to Revelation 13. Revelation 13, at the end of 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save, which means unless, he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now remember, the Vicarius Filii Dei is his title, his name, and it says the number of his name. And then verse 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Only the Pope has the title Vicarius Filii Dei. Well, guess what, y'all? This title that the Pope carries, if you add it up in Roman numerals, you add it up from 5, 1, C is 100, A is 0, 0, 1. I've added it up for y'all right here. And you get all the way down here, it equals 666. And he wears it on his crown. Revelation 13, verse 18 says, verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. Only the Pope can wears that crown. That's only the Pope's crown. So it is concerned one man. One man. And at the end of verse 17 it says, or the number of his name. The number of his name. He has this name. This is his title. He gave himself this title. The Viceregent. That's why I kept saying that name. The Viceregent of the Son of God. That's what this means. When you add it up, it comes to 666. The number of the name. The number of the name. The number of a man. Only the Pope is allowed to call himself that. Only the Pope. Only the Pope. Now I'm gonna read another guy. A Seventh-day Adventist name, Samuel Bakioki. Bakioki is spelled Bacchiocci. Now he is the only. He was a Bible scholar, but he was the only Seventh-day Adventist Bible scholar that was given a golden medal. He was actually awarded a golden medal by Pope Paul VI. He was given a golden medal by Pope Paul VI. But guess what he said? The Pope was saying like, oh yeah, you're right, you're right. Guess what he said? Because he was the one who pointed out, you use this title all the time. You use this title all the time. And this is what he says. This is what Samuel Bakioki. This is what Samuel Bakioki said. He said, we noted that contrary to some Catholic sources who deny the use of Vicarius Filii Dei as a papal title, we have found that this title to have been used in official Catholic documents to support the ecclesiastical authority and temporal sovereignty of the Pope. Thus, the charge that the Adventists fabricated the title to support their prophetic interpretation of 666 is unfair and untrue. And Pope Paul VI gave him a gold medal for stating this. I told you, they brag about it. Didn't I say that in the other? They brag about it. And if you don't believe me, I'm reading off of Wikipedia. Look, let me scroll it up to the top of the screen. I'm reading off of Wikipedia. I told you I'm going to get better with a little bootleg. Oh, wow. Let me get better with my little bootleg editing stuff. Say, but it's all about the word, though. It ain't about the editing, is it? It's about the word that's being given. Move this lamp away. Number of the beast. Wikipedia. Let me push it forward. Let's see. Right here, Wikipedia. Number of the beast. I'm not gonna be able to work it like that. Just wasting more time. Only got 15 minutes. But anyway, go to Wikipedia. Type in number of the beast. Go to papacy so you can see the names for yourself. And again, Vicarius Filii Dei. He says, count the number of the beast. Count it. Each Roman numeral adds up. 60, and he wears it on a crown. Wears it on his head. Calls himself the Viceregent of the Son of God. Meaning he took God's spot. Wow. Here is wisdom. Here is understanding. God blessed me with that, and it's a must I share. For I'm not worthy of the things he give unto me. So it's a must I share. You know, that's why, you know, when it calls to be a watchman, if I don't tell you all these things, God is angry at me. You know, I do this out of love, for everything can be tried and tested with history and facts in the Bible. And this is out of love, for there is no reason that any should perish. None. None.